Jeff Traylor, head coach of the Roadrunners, joins us, a great friend of the show on 365 Sports. Congrats in the win. I got to tell you, you have been on edge, and I know you hate losing, but you've been on edge the last couple of weeks, haven't you, with this kind of a lot of things, innuendos and maybe support or whatever else. Are you better today?
No, it's just I'm no more on edge today than I am when we're 8-0 or 7-0. It's just the grind of the season, and obviously when you're this point of the year, we're all tired and frustrated, and there's stuff you're dealing with. But no, I don't think I'm any more on edge than I normally am, David.
How much of a win was that, even though you still have a lot of work to do? How big? Obviously, you lose that game, then you're 2 under. What did that mean, you think, for the stretch drive?
It just kept us in the fight. That's the biggest deal. We're still in the fight. And anytime you're in November and you're still in the fight, it's a good thing. And we've got a great South Florida team right in front of us. They have a bye week right in front of us. Those are the things that really frustrate you when you're a coach. When 4 times this season, the other team has a bye and you don't have one, and those kind of things frustrate the heck out of you, just because you know how hard that is when another team is fresh. They're coming off a very tough loss to Memphis. So we're going to get their very best shot on national TV Thursday night. So today for us is actually, a Wednesday, which is always confusing as heck because we play on a Thursday, which is actually Saturday, if you catch my drift there.
How has that been challenging to not only do it, but have to do it? Is this week easier than last week, or would you rather just, as God intended, keep this thing to Saturday?
Oh, if you can get through it, it's almost like you're picking up a little bit of a mini bye if you can survive this stretch. We had North Texas, who has 1 loss. Then we had Tulane, who has 1 loss. Then you got South Florida, who's beaten, Florida, lost to Miami, and they beat Boise. They've really invested in their roster. Like you can tell, the reports that are out, but they're about the number they spent. Alex spent it wisely. He did a really good job. Their interior linemen on both sides of the ball are really, really different. They've invested into a new on-campus stadium. They've got a new indoor. They're going all in. You can tell they're trying to get to P4 quickly, and they look like a P4 football team.
Coach, USF, yourself, Navy, Memphis, UNT, as you mentioned, Tulane. The Americans got a hell of a conference right now, don't they?
We're all killing each other. We're like the SEC. We're just beating each other up. And it's tough, but we knew what we were getting into when we got in the league. And that's where I've been on my high horse ever since we did. We finally climbed to the top of Conference USA. And then we get into this league, and I'm still on it. We just want to be in it, or we want to win it. And I didn't get in this thing just to try to be in it. And I want to win the dang thing. And you can't do it if you don't do certain things. And we got to commit to those things, or we're never going to win it.
You've brought that up. We've talked to you about that before. And it's one thing to just be good enough to do what you want to do, but there's a commitment. And UTSA is not the only school that has to make up their mind. There are Power 4 schools that have to do that as well. Is UTSA committed to making this happen? They've put a lot of money into it, including your contract, but are they able, you think, to get it done that way?
Well, speaking of my AD, she's got a ton on her now. She does. We built this $45 million building. We did not do the overhead, so we're still out there 6 years. I've been looking out that window, and there's nothing out there but a practice field, and it's not covered up still. She's trying to build a basketball facility for the girls and the boys. She's got a baseball coach that needs baseball. But here's what I'm just going to say: you're going to have to pay sooner or later. If we don't invest, I'm not going to win. You're going to go raise the money to fire me. So you might as well go ahead and invest the money in the program. Let's win, and I have to do that thing on the back end. So it's going to take some innovation, some creativity. Maybe somebody to front us along, some billionaire to give us a huge gift. But I'm going to help her all I can. But I know if I don't win games, I can't help her at all.
Is there the spine you need from the president, the board, AD to you? Is that all intact?
We've been playing football 15 years. I think we're all learning what it takes to be successful in college football. and the goalpost keeps moving on us. And it's unfortunate, to your point, it's going on all over the country, not just here. But we've got some guys in our league, as y'all mentioned, Memphis, Tulane, South Florida, North Texas, that have not been playing football 15 years. And they are tired of the Roadrunners having all the success. And they're ready to double down on us right now. And we've got to invest. And I don't know where it's going to come from, David. But if I know this, if I don't keep speaking on it, if I don't make our people aware of it, it's never going to happen.
Coach, the way you said it, though, like you have to invest in one thing or the other, which is in like don't do it. And then you got to pay not only you, but your coaches and then another coaching staff to come in, or you could just take the money that you're going to do and do it now. I think a lot of people don't see that math in current college athletics. I think because fans get so frantic and everything feels now. I think wouldn't it maybe help also if people kind of understood that like you were going to have some peaks and valleys more in college football now than ever before because roster movement is wild. It is just wild and uncontrollable.
To your point, like the other night, what we spent on our roster compared to what Tulane has spent on theirs, that's kind of what hurts me here. When you do more with less, that's expected. We've won conference championships. We've won bowl games. All 6 years, we've been extremely competitive. We've never lost a conference home game, like never. I want you to think about that. That's never happened. We've lost 4 games total in 6 years at the Alamo Dome. So it's pretty expected around here. And I get it. We saw the Blue Jays battle the Dodgers. They don't make as much money as the Dodgers do. I get it. I don't think we're ever going to have as much as some of these guys in our league, but we got to be in the hunt somewhere. We got to be close so I can get some of these hometown discounts to stay and have a chance to win a championship again.
How satisfying, and you've known the McCown family since you were an assistant coach in Jacksonville, where Owen, to have the kind of game almost completely perfect in that win against Tulane, to see him have that kind of effort or that kind of stat line too.
Well, it's 31 out of 33. And if you remember, I don't know if you got to watch the game, David, but we were in a position where we could not go backwards anymore. Our field goal kicker was at his limit. So we called a screen, and literally he knew if the screen was there, take it. If it wasn't, eat it at his feet. So that's one of his incompletions. And the other one, our running back dropped the ball in the flat, or he's 33 out of 33. He also had a touchdown call back for a holding penalty, or he'd have been 34 out of 34 with another touchdown. So I don't know how he could have played any better. I've never seen somebody that dialed in. Some of those throws he made were really amazing.
Jeff, I had a college football coach text me when your game ended, talking about how much he loves watching your team play. And one of the things I've said is that it seemed like even if you guys get overwhelmed by somebody or what, that your players seem to play every play as if it's the last play of their lives. Has that always been the case? And how do you get them to do that?
It's not complicated. Real recognizes real. And my guys know I really do love them. And I'm really in it for the kid. And it's a gift the Lord has given me. It's nothing Jeff Traylor manufactured. It's just in my spirit. I love children. I love making them better. I love coaching hard, but I love loving harder. And my guys have just always responded to me and my staff. I've surrounded myself with a bunch of guys that love children the way I do. And our culture pillar this week is perfect effort. If you see my teams play, we're far from perfect execution, but we always give perfect effort, David.
That's kind of like you're like Nicolas Cage. Like if you're watching a Nicolas Cage movie, they're not always great, but Nicolas Cage brings it every time. That's what you guys do, Coach.
Well, I don't know. I'll just tell you. What was the movie where Nicolas Cage is in where he was flying all the criminals?
Oh, Con Air.
I thought that was the greatest movie ever. And then I had my children sit down with me the other day and watch it.
They're
and
wrong.
They now have me shamed into believing it's one of the worst movies ever.
No.
So I'm afraid to say anything about Nicolas Cage anymore.
They're wrong,
Yeah.
Jeff. Like it's okay to tell your kids they're wrong. Like they'll figure it out one day. They'll figure it out.
Thanks, Paul. I need a boost right there. I love the movie. I thought it was awesome.
I did too. A couple of more things. Jeff Traylor, UTSA, huge win against Tulane at the end of last week. You mentioned, and Craig, and we've discussed the American, the conference, and what's loaded at the top. And that's without Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston, which left just 2 or 3 years ago, being a part of the Big 12 right now. Did you think the conference, of course, you were a part of the Sun Belt, did you think the conference could actually get a little bit better?
We were in here with SMU as well.
Boom. Yep.
We were in this league with SMU for a minute. It's really amazing. Yeah. And I understand what our president and our AD were thinking to get us in this league. I am totally supportive of that. I'm not sure everybody realized what a jump we were making. This thing is real. It's intense, and everybody else is doubling down. Not everybody. That's not a factual statement, but the guys at the top are for sure doubling down.
Last thing. You, of course, have had great success, and I know you're trying to grind through the rest of this year. College football is, I don't know about the word chaos when it comes to the coaching carousel, but obviously there's a lot of people that think highly of you, including your AD in Campos. But how do you handle all of that with your team? You've always been pretty upfront with them when it comes to other opportunities.
Yeah, Kerry and I have got 7 years left on our contract. We absolutely love San Antonio. There's only one school. Trust me, you're not on the Davis Smoke Show begging for boosters to help. You're not after beating a top-ranked team in the country and a presser trying to move the needle, getting a overhead built, trying to get more money for rev share. If you don't plan on seeing this thing out and getting this thing back to a championship before my contract's up.
Thank you a lot, Coach. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win. I know you got work to do. Appreciate you joining us today in between meetings with your staff and others. Have a great day.
Thanks, David. Paul, see y'all. God bless. Birds up.